Simran's parents have bought tickets to a botanical garden. Do you know what a botanical garden is? A botanical garden is a garden dedicated to the collection, cultivation, preservation, and display of a wide variety of plants. Sounds interesting, no? Let's see how Simran's first experience at the botanical garden turned out. At first glance, Simran was quite delighted at the sight of the different plants in the botanical garden. But the plants in the water caught her interest. She was amazed looking at the floating lotus and water lilies. On a careful observation, she also discovered plants submerged underwater. Simran remembers how her plants died when she watered them a little too much. So she asked the gardener about these plants. Gardener told her that in an aquatic habitat, there are two types of plants which can survive: floating plants and submerged plants. Lotus and water lilies are examples of floating plants. They have porous roots and stems which help them float on the water. Their leaves are big and flat with a waxy coating on it which prevents their rotting in water. On the upper side of the leaves, stomata are present through which the plant breathes. On the other hand, the plants submerged in the water are called hydrilla. These plants have very thin roots and they have no stem strength. Simran notes it down in her journal and is now set to discover more plants. This is when she saw a few kids playing in what seemed like a rope on a banyan tree. The gardener explained that these rope-like things are called prop roots. These grow from the branches of huge trees which need extra support for the huge and heavy branches. The gardener also told her that this tree is an example of an aerial plant. It's called aerial as the roots are above the ground. Simran asked the gardener if there were any other aerial plants. To her surprise, she got to know that there are 3 more types of aerial plants. The second type are plants with stilt roots. For example, sugarcane. Stilt roots are little stilt-like roots coming out of the lower part of the stem, and it fixes the plant firmly to the soil. Third type of aerial plant is the one with climbing roots. For example, a beetle plant or a money plant. Both are examples of climber plants. These plants do not have any stem strength. To support itself, the beetle plants grow roots from the points on its stem. These roots support the plant to climb upward and are called climbing roots. The last type are plants with breathing roots. Plants like the mangrove tree survive in marshy or waterlogged areas where the roots do not get enough oxygen. That is why cone-shaped roots come up above the ground. They have small pores through which they can take oxygen from the atmosphere. Simran seems to have learned quite a lot about plants from just one trip to the botanical garden. When are you planning to visit one? Alright then, that's all for today. See you next time.